So let's watch the boom cylinders here. And we got a little bit of rock and roll there. And there's a fair amount in the boom pins, the upper boom. So when you put it all together, as far as the swing is concerned, I'm trying to go and tip the moving the swing to see how much movement we got in the end of the boom and the top of the stick. And there's a fair amount there, actually. It's not, I mean, it's kind of a 50% sort of a proposition. The bucket isn't real tight, but it isn't real loose. It's got a little bit of jiggle to it, no question about it. It's already got a bunch of shims, and I'm looking at the left-hand side of the nose right now. There's a bunch of shims in there already. So, you know, I mean, it's got some movement that way. For sure. Let's see what the Rotec looks like. Not bad. Rotec is significantly tighter than what the bucket linkage is. The bucket linkage isn't horrible. I mean, it's a 19,000 hour machine. Looks like the control panel works relatively clean, got a good floor mat, busted windshield and whatnot. The undercarriage was replaced in its entirety a couple years ago, and it still looks like it's 90% plus. There was some top rollers that were replaced in the not too distant past, but they're going to get the most wear anyhow. But the bushings look very, very lightly worn in the rails. Pads are all good, everything's straight. It's 30-inch track. It's 14 foot, about 5 inches is the width of the entire machine, but it does have variable gauge, and the variable gauge is going to suck it in about a foot on either side, so it should get to be about 12.5 feet, maybe a little shy of that as far as the shipping width is concerned. So I don't know, all looks pretty decent. I'm going to go and turn up the engine here. It started off very well. This thing is definitely gray market, no question about that. But I went and idled it down there, and I'm going to go and move it up quickly. Get a nice big puff of black smoke, but it runs very clear after that puff of black smoke, and the engine idle down works just fine. Let it idle down. Now we're going to get some black smoke when I touch the handle. The engine is very clean. I mean, they pressure washed the heck out of this thing, so there isn't much grease on it. Maybe that's why things look a little sloppier than perhaps they could be. This bucket here is rather worn out. There is a different bucket, which is a 60-inch bucket. Looks like it might even be a little bigger capacity than this one that is on their other machine. So yeah, I mean, it's a straight old girl, and the track roller frames look good, the guarding looks good, the tin work looks good. There's a I don't see any weldments other than what's on this big, you know, it looks like a patch on the boom. I'm not so sure that wasn't a factory fix on the boom. I think they're, you know, they went and I don't know whether it was done from the factory like that or if it was a field fix, but it doesn't look like it was a shade tree mechanic that did that. There have been evidently a couple other smaller cracks because there is some welding around that as well, but it doesn't look bad. So I'm going to see whether this thing lifts itself up very easily. It'll lift itself up a very short distance, but it doesn't want to lift itself up high into the air, and I'm not sure what that means. It doesn't appear to me to be a good thing, though. I mean, it ought to be able to lift itself up rather easily. Some of these Hitachis, just like that deer that we looked at over at Fury's, had a special little button on it that kept there from being too much boom down pressure. It wouldn't let the machine lift itself up unless you went and hit a special button. So I don't know whether this had something like that or not. I'm just going to take a look at the travel. Before we do that, let's look at some cycle time. This isn't at the full throttle. It's about 3/4 throttle, but it looks like the hydraulic response is pretty good. Does have some work modes. It's got the different power settings on it, I guess. Got a 2-speed travel. We're going to try that right now.